Okay, this is base 101 for the still developing players in our alliance. Same deal type setup with my main account, except for this one, what I've actually got is the Salis directly behind the TC plus the Vault. Now, if you have a look at that, 4,800, it's got a decent amount of hit points. I've rushed to Industrial Age, so I'm still developing that. But I've got high hit points or buildings that's going to slow down directly behind the TC for anyone that actually goes for quick victory. Now, directly behind that, so you can see the range of the Salis. We've got a Revout, which is covering right up to the TC. We've got a cannon tower that's going well inside that effect zone. Plus we've got a barbed wire that's there. This barbed wire that's here is just outside that effect zone. Same with that barbed wire. That way, depending on which way the opponent is coming will depend on how it actually gets affected. Now, this base I haven't really changed since Enlightenment Age, except I've put this wall along the front. That's the only, not Enlightenment, Gunpowder Age. And it hasn't actually defended too bad. Like, I've been hit 5 stars a couple of times, but as you can see, generally speaking, even when they threw a fair bit at it, it still protects pretty well. So you can see, not a lot of stuff gets damaged, even though I do have at times a lot of resources up for grabs, depending on what I was doing. Like, I only just started my bunker today, so that was 60,000 oil. I've collected up to the maximum of oil on this base and still been able to protect it. Now, I've sort of done a half and half type setup with this base. I've got the Acropolis on this side, which you can see all the troop spawning buildings that are being affected. I have all of them except for this one down here, which is only a new one that I got when I went to Industrial Age. I do actually want that one to start spawning for if someone attacks from this side here. Now, from this point, I've got the mortar, which, as you can see here, is in that effect zone. Same with that one there. So we've got huge crossovers with all these buildings here that are designed to protect your base. Now, this one here also goes out almost to the edge of the wall, well outside that area. Now, if we have a look at that tower, and also the stronghold, it all has a huge overlapping zone. So that's again a huge kill zone there. Now, I've loaded this side up with defending buildings because all my troop spawning buildings are on the eastern side of my base. So I've got the castle that's here, I've got that mortar, and these towers. So if they start coming in from that corner, I've got a huge overlap again. I've got the Colosseum, which again, even though it's right on the edge of the base, if they actually come from this way, I'll have troops coming from that side to enable more troops coming in. But if they actually attack from the Alliance Gate side, well, it's going to go down pretty quick. But also, I'll always have a general there, so there will be a general spawning plus its retinue. Now, when you're doing resource protection at these younger age groups, so industrial age, Enlightenment age, even probably global at this point in time, because you've got the release of Cold War age, you want to compartmentalize. That's why I've got all these within a compartment, which means besides this one here, that one there, all the others, they can get from the outside, but troops don't do that unless you actually use rally. Generally they'll want to try and break their way through. So there's plenty of walls for them to actually start breaking through, which is going to slow them down, which is going to enable these troop spawning buildings to release the troops. I've also got a tank depot away from the others to enable a faster delivery of troops. Now I've also got a gate all the way through the middle of my base for this tank depot so it wouldn't have to go all the way around the outside to get the troops on the other side that are trying to break the walls. It has direct access from one side of my base to the other. Trap placement, because my oil refinery is just there, I've loaded up this side pretty well, because I presume most of my attackers are going to come from that direction. Again, I might move, I don't really want to move that one, I want to keep that there, but you can see with that barbed wire, again, it's at the extremity of that cannon tower. These towers have within it, but they'll probably be destroyed before that, and again, the mortar is within that, and as you can see, there is, with these two here, it could probably get moved over one little bit to the side, so it's not as much overlapping, but they hit that, and that whole spot through here, troops are going to be slowing down in because of this radius that they both have. I hope this also has helped in relation to base design for the younger ages. It's much simpler to defend Cold War any global base upwards once you get a missile silo. It's harder to defend when you don't have that, but you can still get hit by higher ages. My next videos, when I go through this, we'll go through in more detail of how to design. We'll put certain buildings in certain places for war configurations and things like that. Hope this has helped. Bye.